Hey everybody, today you're going to come away from this video knowing exactly what you need to do to reach your weight goals. Mostly when people are looking into this sort of thing, it is a weight loss goal, and our goal is to help you lose as much weight as you need in body fat and maintaining as much muscle as possible. If you do get there and you want to start to gain some muscle, our goal is to get you to gain as much muscle as possible and not gain very much body fat. So we're going to go through all of this. I want to first let you know this is not completely my system. This coefficient system is from a guy named Alex Hormozy, and I would definitely recommend that you go in and you research him and see some of his stuff. He's really good. So I want to thank him. I want to thank Stan Efferding. I want to thank Precision Nutrition, CrossFit, Westside Barbell, and honestly a myriad of other resources that have helped me over the last decade to come up with what has worked the absolute best for me and the absolute best for my clients. And my clients range anywhere from stay-at-home moms to world-class professional athletes to police and military and special operations and kind of everywhere in between. And so we use the same system. It's tweaked slightly, but as a generality, this works. Now, this is completely free content. You're welcome to use it. Please use it, and please reach your goals. I am also willing to help you further. Part of my side work is working with people individually so that we can hold you accountable and really reach your goals. So you're welcome to reach out, ask me some questions, but we can also work together one-on-one. But there's a few things that I require. I don't just want your money, okay? I want you to reach your goals. So I have some requirements. So even if you're not paying me to be your coach, you should stick to these requirements anyways. But if you're working with me, this is a 100% requirement. You have to hit your protein goal every single day, no matter what. For the last year and a half, when I have been hitting my protein goals, I reach my goals. Same with my clients. It's just how it is. It is magnified by strength training 3 to 5 times a week and getting in some cardiovascular movement. Now we're going to talk about 10-minute walks, which is a Stan Efferding thing. That's where you're going to get some cardio, but I'm very biased to CrossFit. If you live wherever, there's CrossFit gyms all over the place. Find a good one with great coaches that will push you and keep you safe, and that is going to hit your strength training and cardio that you need for this program. But if you're working with me individually, you can also do this at your house. I have people overseas right now that have no access to any equipment, and they're losing body fat and maintaining muscle, and it's incredible. So this can be done, and this can be done by everybody. So like I said, thank you to everybody who's helped me kind of put this all together, but this is for everyone. I'm happy to work with you, but you can also do this on your own. Okay, here's how it works. This coefficient goes from 7 to 21. Pretty much the lowest number, so on 7, 8, and 9, that's extreme weight loss. We actually try to stay away from this as much as possible. Moderate weight loss is kind of where we want to be if we're looking to lose weight. Sometimes we'll hit a maintenance stage where we just want to stay the same for a little while. And then once we have lost the weight that we want, or we've maintained for long enough, and we want to gain some weight in muscle and try to not gain so much body fat, then we're going to be here. But I also try to keep people away from this extreme weight gain. This is going to be more for your bodybuilders that are trying to pack on a whole bunch of muscle and then lose a whole bunch of body fat so that they can be ready for a show. So us everyday average Joes, including police and military and fire and doctors and nurses and stay-at-home moms and stay-at-home dads and everything, we're pretty much going to live in this range, but honestly, mostly we're going to stay here and we're going to stay here. So here's how we do it. We're going to use a 200-pound individual that is looking to lose some body weight. Now, when I say lose body weight, I mean lose body fat, because you want to hold on to as much muscle as possible. Why? Because muscle drives metabolism. Muscle makes us strong. Muscle's good for us. So, if you have this thing in your mind of like, oh, I'm a lady and I don't want to be muscular, and no, you want to be muscular. You don't need to look too muscular, but you need muscles. They're important. I was a paramedic for long enough to know that the calls that I went on with the poor little old person who had fallen down could have completely prevented that most of the time with a good strength training program and keeping their weight in check 20 years prior. So it's actually very important to me, very dear to my heart that this gets followed. So this person is trying to lose a moderate amount of body fat. So it's going to take some time. Like I said, food scale, macro calculator, app, patience, strength training, hitting your protein. We're going off of this 12 coefficient. We're going to times 12 by 200, because that's how much pounds they weigh. 12 times 200 is going to be 2,400 calories that this individual can eat in a day. Now, because protein is king and priority, we're going to make this very simple, and we're going to say that this person loves tri-tip. Now, this is going to change every single meal. That's why you need this macro calculator app, and it's okay to plan ahead as well. You're going to find restaurants that are going to help you with this. I go into a restaurant, I'm that annoying guy, but I try to have a good relationship with them, and I go, hey, can I get the pulled pork, but can you please weigh it out at 6 ounces? I would like some fries today, but can you please weigh me out 4 ounces of fries? And then that chicken thigh, if I could get 6 ounces of that chicken thigh, that would be great. I'm really sorry to add the extra work, but I really appreciate it. That's what you're going to become. At home, you're also going to become the food scale person. When you go to a family dinner, you don't have to be perfect, but I promise the more perfect that you are in it, the more progress you're going to see. You're there at the dinner table and you're kind of like, all right, I got my food scale here. There's some chuck roast. I'll take a chuck roast. Okay, 6 ounces. That's perfect. Potatoes. Okay, 6 ounces of potatoes. That's okay. People might make fun, whatever. Do it secretly. It doesn't matter. But you're going to do it because that's how we reach our goals. That's just what we have to do. If you've ever heard a person that says, man, I followed that diet and it just didn't work, most diets work. Ask them how long they stayed on it. 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. And then, how consistent were they with it? How closely did they follow it? We might think we're putting 6 ounces of tri-tip in when we're really putting in 10. We might think that that slice of cake is 200 calories when really it's 500 calories. That's where this comes into play. So, backtracking. 12 times 200 is 2,400 calories in a day. This person just happens to love tri-tip. And because they're at moderate weight loss, it's 1 gram of protein per pound that they weigh. So they know that they are going to get in 200 grams of protein. And throwing that into the macro calculator app, it means that they need 33 ounces of tri-tip to get those 200 grams. Now that also gives them 88 grams of fat, and I kind of want to hit on this a little bit, but it's not super duper important. We want to think anywhere from 60 to 90 grams of fat a day. If you're eating meat, you're probably getting that fat, so that's where we're not really worried about it, okay? But in this regard, that puts us at 88 grams of fat, so we're perfectly fine within that. And I actually don't want you guys to really worry too much about this fat thing. If you're eating meat, you're going to get your fat, you're good. Okay, now that 32 ounces of tri-tip equals 1,628 calories. So we're going to go 2,400 minus 1,628, and that leaves 772 calories that can be eaten however you want for the rest of the day. Now, that being said, if you want to reach your goals faster and build more of a lifestyle around this, then this is what I want your plate to mostly look like. You're going to have your protein on that plate, and it's going to be a lot of protein. It's probably half the plate is in protein, okay? Then, I don't know how to draw this the best, but 40% of your plate are going to be natural carbohydrates. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice. That's mostly where we're going to get it from. At dinner time, there is nothing wrong with having some dessert. Yesterday, I had a scone with some honey butter. The day before, I had a little thing of Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Almost every single day, I'm eating some type of sweet. You're going to hear these people out there like, oh, demonize sugar. Sugar's so bad for you, blah, blah, blah. Sugar's fine in moderation. If you're not hitting your protein and you're going way over your calories, you're going to be gaining weight, and it might be in an unhealthy way. So don't demonize these things. It's okay to have dessert. That's where this is sustainable. This is where I've seen the biggest growth, is because I'm hitting the protein and the calories and still not depriving myself of things so I can maintain this for a long period of time. So, 200 grams of protein. Now this is like one whole day in one plate, but it obviously won't be. You have all of your protein, and then the rest of your calories comes from natural carbohydrates, and at nighttime, a little tiny bit of dessert. That's those 772 calories. Don't really matter where they come from. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. Following this system, I filmed this a couple times, so I can't remember if I said that in this one or the one that didn't record the last time. But I work with everyone from stay-at-home moms to law enforcement, military, Olympic lifters, power lifters, world-class athletes, bull riders, special forces individuals, and they all follow this. Most people that I work with follow this right here because most people are looking at losing body fat. So I would say, just throwing numbers out there, 95% of the people that I work with are here, and 5% of the people that I work with are here. So I do want to use this moderate weight gain as an example as well, because the idea here is that we're gaining muscle and trying not to gain body fat. So, coefficient of 18. This person weighs 150 pounds. That means that this individual can eat 2,700 calories every single day. But this time is a little bit different. They don't like tri-tip, or they don't eat very much tri-tip, so they actually eat chicken. So we're going to go off of chicken. Now remember, your meals are going to be different all the time, so I'm just trying to make this simple by saying chicken. And they're eating chicken thigh, because it is skinless and amazing. So I'm mixing up my words. Because it is moist. That's really the reason. It's very yummy. So if we go to chicken thigh, now this one's raw, so this would have to be cooked up, but I'm just going off of examples. And we're going to have to do some math because this is giving us in 4 ounces. So if we go to, we need to be at 100 and, okay, so 0.9 times 150 means that this individual needs 135 grams of protein per day. All right? So that means they're going to be eating 24 ounces of chicken in that day. Obviously, it's going to change. Now, that's not a lot of fat. So this person going off of this 60 to 90 range is probably, with their carbohydrates, maybe going to throw some butter in those potatoes. And everything's going to be tracked, so you're going to know where you're at. Now, that gives us 820 calories off of that chicken. So if we're going to see how many more calories we can have in the day, then we're going to go 2,700 minus 820. That leaves 1,880 calories that can come from wherever you want them to come from. Again, the recommendation is mostly natural carbohydrates. Potatoes, rice, sweet potatoes. But in this case, it could come from other, more unnatural sources, but still please stick to like the 90-10 rule, 90% natural and 10%. But your dessert might be able to be a little bit bigger now because, there's some moderate weight gain that's going to happen here. So it is truly that simple, you guys. Your coefficient goes off of your weight, which gives you your calories. If you're in a moderate weight loss, it's 1 gram of protein per pound that you weigh, which shows us that we need 200 grams of protein in this case. On this person, we're going off of a coefficient of 18 times their body weight, which gives us 2,700 calories in the day. If they're eating this in chicken, then that leaves us with 1,880 calories. Those calories can come from wherever. But if you want the biggest results possible on any of these, you need to be hitting the protein. That's the key. That's the number one. That's what I'm going to hold you accountable to if we work together. I'm also going to hold you accountable to strength training 3 to 5 times a week. This can be done at home. This can be done at a gym. This can be done at CrossFit. This can really be done anywhere, but we have to be strength training to hold on to that muscle. Muscle is key. It is so, so important. You need to be patient with yourself because sometimes bodies are different and we have to dial in what is working. But you can only know if it's working if you're being truthful to yourself and or to your coach. So this food scale comes into play. Be completely true to yourself and be completely true to the macro calculator app so that you know where you're at. This works, you guys. It's simple. It might look very complicated, but breaking it down, it is very simple. If you have any questions about it, please reach out. If you want some one-on-one help, I will require 6 months. I will require that you hit your protein, that you're strength training, that you be patient, and that you have these 2 other things. Because it takes time. But I will help you. I would love to. I would absolutely love to help as many people as possible reach their goals. When I found and figured out this system, I can't even tell you how drastic the results happened and how quickly they happened. And it's not just me. It's people that have seen my content on social media or heard me at the gym or whatever. It's family members, it's friends, and it's insane. I've seen up to 135-pound fat loss at this point with very minimal muscle loss. That's insane. That's incredible. Myself, over the last year and a half, have lost 35 pounds. And looking back at the numbers, about a pound of muscle, which is insane. That's incredible. That's so good. I have another client that I work with that has lost 75 pounds at this point, another one that's around 45, another that's around 30, several that are around 20, and some newer ones that just started that are already around 10. The ones that have access to the comprehensive body fat analysis, body fat and muscle analysis machine, they have seen very, very minimal to no muscle loss in what we're doing. So it's incredible. I'm not going to take any more of your time because it is truly this simple. please reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook if you want some personalized coaching in this. I'll let you know my pricing. I don't want to waste your time or your money, so we need to make sure that this works for you. It's worked for everybody that has worked with me on it and has stuck to it. That's my goal for you. I want you to live to be 95 and not in a nursing home. And watch this as many times as you need. Reach out. Let's make this happen. You've got this. You're stronger and more powerful than you think. And if you've ever thought, oh, it's just my genetics, it might be. But that would make you a statistical anomaly. It would make you like a 1 in a million type of person that genetically this won't get you where you need to be. Okay? So you would be an absolute statistical anomaly, and you should go and buy lottery tickets because this will work. If you have any questions, please reach out. Instagram is at Coach Tyler M. My email is coachtylerm@protonmail.com. So protonmail.com. That's pretty much the two best ways to get a hold of me. So if you have any questions, please reach out. Make this happen. Commit to 6 months, and you are going to blow yourself away.